The financial landscape for May 2026 has officially begun, and for the millions of Americans who rely on Social Security and supplemental security income benefits, the calendar of payments is the single most critical document they will consult this month. Understanding the schedule is not merely about convenience, it is about maintaining the financial stability required to manage essential living expenses, housing costs, and medical obligations. We are currently navigating the second week of May, a time when many beneficiaries are assessing their liquidity and waiting for the specific dates when their funds will be credited. The Social Security Administration operates on a precise, automated, and strictly governed distribution schedule that leaves no room for discretionary adjustments or individual variations. This rigid structure is the primary reason why knowing your specific payment category is the only way to avoid unnecessary anxiety. If you are a beneficiary of supplemental security income, you have already experienced the first phase of this month's distribution. SSI payments are issued on the first day of the month. For May 2026, this occurred on May 1st, a Friday. Because this date did not conflict with a weekend or a federal holiday, the distribution was executed exactly on time, and funds were made available to recipients across the country. If you fall into this category and have not yet seen your funds, it is time to investigate your account status. But for the vast majority, the SSI distribution for this month is complete. Parallel to the SSI schedule, the Social Security Administration processes payments for a legacy group of beneficiaries who began receiving their Social Security, retirement, or disability benefits before May 1997. Additionally, this group includes those individuals who are concurrently receiving both supplemental security income and Social Security retirement benefits. For this specific population, the payment date is historically set for the third day of the month. In May 2026, this fell on May 3rd, which was a Sunday. Because federal offices and many banking systems adjust for non-business days, this payment was processed in accordance with the standard operating procedures that ensure funds are available to these beneficiaries without a significant delay. These two groups represent the foundational layer of the monthly payment cycle. They are the first to receive their benefits, and for them, the primary financial management task for May is already behind them. However, they constitute a shrinking portion of the total beneficiary pool, as the vast majority of those who have entered the system since 1997 are subject to a more complex and granular distribution schedule that is entirely dependent on the calendar day of your birth. The staggered payment system is the hallmark of the modern Social Security Administration payment cycle. Introduced to manage the immense logistical burden of processing over 70 million payments, this system uses your date of birth to assign you to a specific Wednesday each month. This is where the confusion often arises, and it is where you must be extremely precise to avoid missing your expected income. The May 2026 cycle for these beneficiaries is structured into three distinct waves. The first wave, comprising beneficiaries whose birthdays fall between the 1st and the 10th of the month, is scheduled for Wednesday, May 13th. This date is the next major milestone in the federal payment schedule. If you belong to this group, you are currently in the prepayment period. It is entirely normal to feel a sense of urgency, but you must recognize that your scheduled date is fixed and verified by the agency's central processing system. The second wave is designated for those whose birthdays occur between the 11th and the 20th of the month, with a scheduled payment date of Wednesday, May 20th. Finally, the third wave, for those with birthdays ranging from the 21st to the 31st of the month, will receive their payments on the final Wednesday, May 27th. This staggered system is not merely a tool for administrative convenience, it is a critical component of the federal financial infrastructure. By spreading the distribution across 3 Wednesdays, the Social Security Administration ensures that the banking system can handle the sheer volume of direct deposit transactions without experiencing bottlenecks. It also helps manage the flow of funds into the economy, creating a predictable rhythm for millions of households. If you are waiting for your May payment, you are part of this massive, coordinated movement of capital. It is important to emphasize that there is no mechanism for accelerating your payment based on a personal financial emergency. The Social Security Administration does not issue expedited payments for those who run out of money before their assigned Wednesday. The schedule is designed to be the definitive timeline for your monthly household budget. If your birthday falls in the early part of the month, you are waiting for the second week of May. If it falls late, you are waiting for the 4th. There is no variance, no exceptions, and no shortcuts. This is the reality of the system, and planning your bills, your grocery shopping, and your debt payments around these specific Wednesdays is the only strategy that yields true financial security. As we move through May, your focus should be on your specific Wednesday. If you are not in the early birth date group, you have more time to wait, and you must manage your current resources with this duration in mind. Do not look to the SSI or the pre-1997 payment dates as an indicator for your own arrival time, as those systems are completely distinct from the birthday-based schedule that defines your check. By understanding that your payment is not late, but simply scheduled, you regain control over your financial stress and can focus on the specific day that your benefits will be secured. The staggered payment schedule, which governs the vast majority of retirement, survivor, and disability benefit distributions, is the core of the Social Security Administration's monthly operations. For the month of May 2026, this system is operating with a specific, calendar-driven rhythm that many beneficiaries will notice as a slightly longer wait time than they might have experienced in previous months. This is not the result of an administrative malfunction, a policy change, or a reduction in your benefits. Rather, it is a direct consequence of how the calendar days align with the specific Wednesdays assigned to each birth date group. Because the first Wednesday of the month falls later in the calendar this May, the initial wave of payments for the staggered group is pushed further into the month, creating a perceived gap between the payments received in April and the upcoming deposits in May. Understanding this is essential to maintaining your financial calm, as many beneficiaries may incorrectly assume that their payment has been delayed or that there is an issue with their account status. The reality is that the Social Security Administration maintains a highly precise, automated cycle, and your scheduled Wednesday is the only date that matters for your specific account. For those whose birthdays fall between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your benefits are scheduled for disbursement on Wednesday, May 13, 2026. This date serves as the first major milestone in the post-SSI distribution cycle. If you are in this group, you are currently in the phase of the month where you are managing the resources remaining from your April distribution. It is critical to recognize that this date is fixed by the system, and your bank will process the credit as soon as it receives the electronic file from the government. Similarly, for the second group, those with birthdays falling between the 11th and the 20th of the month, your payment date is Wednesday, May 20th, 2026. This represents the midpoint of the staggered distribution and follows the same rigorous automated processing standards. The final group, consisting of beneficiaries whose birthdays fall between the 21st and the 31st of the month, will receive their deposits on the fourth Wednesday, which is May 27, 2026. This birth date-based system is designed for consistency, meaning that if you were born in this range, your payment will reliably arrive on this final Wednesday of the cycle, allowing you to plan your monthly commitments, such as utility payments, rent, and credit card obligations with absolute certainty regarding when your cash flow will be replenished. The anxiety that arises from these gaps, particularly in a month like May 2026, where the calendar pushes the first Wednesday deeper into the month, is a valid response to the stresses of living on a fixed income. However, the best way to combat this stress is by utilizing the digital tools provided by the government. The official My Social Security online portal is the single most authoritative source for your benefit information. By logging in, you can view your personal benefit amount, verify your direct deposit details, and see the exact confirmed date of your upcoming payment. If you have any doubt about whether your account is in good standing, this portal provides the definitive answer. Do not rely on third-party websites or generalized calendar posts, as your specific account status is the only thing that truly dictates when your check arrives. If you notice that your birthday aligns with one of the dates mentioned, but you do not have an online account, the current month is the ideal time to create one. It offers transparency that eliminates the uncertainty of waiting for the mail or wondering if a deposit will appear on time, providing you with a direct line of sight into the Social Security Administration's own records. Beyond the date, you must also be aware of how your financial institution handles the transfer of these funds. While the Social Security Administration issues the payment instruction for a specific Wednesday, the actual moment you see the funds in your bank account can depend on your bank's internal processing times. Most modern banking platforms offer immediate access to funds as soon as the electronic deposit is received on the morning of the payment date, but some institutions may have slightly different batch processing schedules. If you are using a standard brick-and-mortar bank, you can typically expect your deposit early on your scheduled Wednesday. If you are using an online-only bank or a neobank that offers early payment features, you might even see your funds slightly ahead of the official date, though this is a feature of your bank, not a change in the government's distribution schedule. Regardless of the exact hour the funds appear, the consistency of the Wednesday cycle remains your strongest point of reference. When you are planning your expenditures for the remainder of the month, do not make assumptions about receiving your money early. Always plan your payments and essential purchases for the day after your expected deposit date. This creates a small but vital buffer that protects you against the rare instances of banking delays or system maintenance issues. By shifting your due dates for bills by 1 or 2 days beyond your expected deposit date, you effectively insulate your financial planning from the risks of minor processing variations. This is a simple but effective strategy for seniors and individuals on fixed incomes who need to ensure that they are never in a position where they have committed funds that have not yet arrived. As you prepare for your specific Wednesday in May, remember that the reliability of the system is the foundation upon which you can build your monthly budget. The dates for this May have been fixed for months, and by aligning your expectations with these specific Wednesdays, you can successfully navigate the cycle without the stress of wondering when your essential support will arrive. You are in control of your financial planning when you utilize the precise data provided by the official SSA calendar, and by treating your specific payment Wednesday as a firm deadline for your own budget, you ensure that you are fully prepared for the funds to arrive exactly when they are needed. Stay proactive by monitoring your My Social Security account for exact deposit confirmation. If issues arise, rely strictly on official channels, avoiding third-party scams. By tracking your birth date-based Wednesday, you maintain full control over your finances throughout May. Secure your benefits through diligence, official data, and calm, consistent financial planning.